Hello everyone, and welcome to a new episode of Empowering Voices. Today we have a special guest. I've been waiting for this moment for so long. Welcome, Sandra, and to all of you. Yeah, I'm super excited. I just want a little introduction to say that Sandra is a friend of mine. We've been friends for ages now, 15 years. And we shared one of my most important period of my life in Mexico, when I lived in Mexico. And she's not only beautiful, like you can see, but she's super talented. And I'm really proud to be able to share her story with all of you. So welcome, Sandra. How are you?
Hi, I'm so excited finally to be here in this special space that you make for empowering women. So that's very kind of you. Thank you.
Thank you.
I'm honored.
So as everyone knows, before we go on diving in your life, we start the conversation with a word, a special word for you. And you choose mindset. So today, for those of you who are lucky enough to be watching as well, I'm wearing a t-shirt with some embroidery. I have different words today. I have synchronicity, I have here well-being, and a special one here, mindset, that is super important for Sandra. So Sandra, tell us who you are. Well, we already said that you are calling from Mexico, what you do, and why this word is so important for you.
Well, I'm just a woman who wants to spread the word and show more women that it is possible to live the life that they really want. That's my purpose in life. And that's where I dedicate my life, my time, and all my efforts to guide this kind of women that want to make a change. Mindset, it is important because 11 years ago, I had an autoimmune disease that is called Guillain-Barré syndrome.
Yeah.
It affects the entire nervous system. So I couldn't move for many months at all, using diapers, couldn't eat, and many things. I mean, it was a very, very big challenge in my life.
Did it happen from one day to the other?
Yes. In 3 days, I was completely unable to move.
Because I remember it was difficult also to for the doctors to understand at the beginning what was happening, because you had pains, didn't you? I think you started with that. Yeah.
Yes, a lot of pain. I couldn't move very well, and that's where I told my husband to take me to emergency room. I couldn't. I mean, the night before, the sábanas, the sheet.
The bed sheets.
Okay. Yes. They were touching my skin, but it felt like burning.
Oh my goodness. Yeah.
So I know at that time that something was wrong. And then I told him to take me to the hospital. So, but that experience showed me a lot of things. And now I can say that is the best thing that could happen to me and to my family and to my friends. Absolutely.
And to your customer, your clients, actually. Because
yeah,
otherwise you wouldn't be there here talking about this.
I wouldn't be here
You wouldn't be, yeah, because you were working in a completely different field at the time.
Yes, I was a workaholic.
Yeah.
Used to work in human resources in big companies. I was happy at that time doing so, but I'm happier now because it fulfills my purpose of life. So I
Well, at the
think that's
time,
the
you
main
didn't know
thing.
anything better, right? I mean, the corporate job was what gave you support from many point of view,
Mhm.
and you thought that that was your career, that was your path.
Yes, yes. I studied psychology and it made me happy. I mean, it complete me. It was part of me. But now I just feel joy doing what I do. And even though there are days that I work a lot, I feel joy, you know? And that didn't happen before.
Yeah. And I
So it
think, I mean,
was,
now that you say it, I think it's the dream for everyone. Not the aim of
yes,
waking up in the morning and say, wow, I'm starting another day at work and I'm happy and I'm
yes,
fulfilled. And all I give, I receive in return big time. And of course,
yes.
the entrepreneur life has ups and downs, but that
Oh,
is
yes.
a reality. We cannot change that. And also in that, there's something, when you look at it afterwards, of course, there's something where you learn, where it's part of the adventure. And we couldn't
Yes,
appreciate the good if we don't have the bad. So
absolutely. Absolutely. That you're absolutely right. And that's where this word mindset got a lot of meaning for me.
mhm.
Because my body wasn't working.
You
The
spent
only thing
months
that,
in a clinic, right?
yes, 4 months
Yeah.
at the hospital, yes. And the only thing that worked was my brain.
Brain.
So I had a lot of time
Yes, maybe too much.
to hear the voices in my head, to watch at the dialogue that I did to myself, the judgment.
Mm,
I was very hard on me,
yeah.
very. And it is something that I find in many of my clients. Not saying, well, I could say all of my
All of them.
clients, really. Yes.
We are our worst enemy sometimes.
Yes, yes, yes. We just love to punish ourselves
Yeah.
and we are the hardest
Yeah.
beyond everyone. So I saw that I didn't see it before.
Yeah.
I accepted my reality.
Mhm.
I couldn't smile. I couldn't drink water without pouring out my mouth.
Yeah, because all your muscles were affected.
Yes,
I
yes,
remember I
yes,
saw a picture of you and it was shocking. Because if we
yes,
think all the quantity of muscles we have, of course, it was a picture of your the body. I couldn't, the perception wasn't the same as the face, because you see this beautiful face. I mean, all the muscles didn't respond. It was like a mask. You had a mask. You were another person that I saw in that picture.
exactly. And that's one thing that it was very difficult for me
Hmm.
because the expressions that you
Yeah.
have on your face, it defines like you.
Yeah.
I mean, the person who you are.
Yeah.
And the first time I was going to the bathroom to brush my teeth, I look up at the mirror and I just couldn't, I didn't see myself.
No.
It was like seeing someone else,
Yes.
It was just like out of this world. It was really shocking. I started crying. And since that day, I couldn't see myself on the mirror for a very long time. So that was one of my challenges. And the most difficult part of my body to move was my face, actually. Just to
Imagine
send a
you couldn't
kiss.
smile. Yeah, you couldn't
Yeah, just to
smile.
send a kiss. Like, I
Yeah.
couldn't do that.
Yes. Yeah.
I couldn't say papa. I couldn't put together
Use
my
the
lips.
the lips. Yeah.
Yeah, and it was very difficult for me to communicate. But that's where I met my brain, the real me,
Yeah.
and we start having a relationship, first to know each other,
Mhm.
and then from the acceptance of the situation that I was living, I decided to move forward with what I had. So,
But did you have also psychological support in that period, or it was more the physical that they were looking after?
well, let me tell you that I had 8 therapists
Oh, wow.
for my lungs, for my face, for my sensibility,
Mhm.
like sensory.
Yeah, the tact.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes. And many things. Doctors, many doctors. And being a psychologist. One time, a psychologist came through my
Mhm.
room. I was so angry. So angry
Of course.
that I told him to get out, that I didn't
Oh,
want to talk.
yeah.
And it was very painful, absolutely. And I didn't have, or I didn't want this kind of support at that time.
Mhm.
Later on, I did, obviously, but at that moment, I needed something else,
Mhm.
something beyond myself. And I start receiving gifts from many people.
Mm.
People that I didn't even know.
Oh,
Friends of a friend,
that heard who heard your story, and that's
Yes, and wanted
amazing.
to help and
Yeah.
do something,
Yeah.
So I received Reiki,
Mm.
I received meditation, I received theta healing, uh, many kind of things that I didn't know at that time.
Yeah.
And that I did like. I felt like connected with
Yeah.
that kind of energy,
Yeah.
and that I needed that
Yeah. Sort
because
of
I
pampered.
needed,
Yeah.
yes, I needed energy to
Mhm.
move, to because the therapies that I did were very painful.
As well.
Almost every day I cried
Oh.
because it was very, very painful.
Mm.
Besides the pain, the neurological pain that I had,
Mhm.
uh, that I used to take Rivotril so I could sleep. because the
to cope
pain
with
that I
that.
felt all the
But
time,
was
all
it
day long.
constant or you had peaks?
Yes,
I was,
no, it was constant for a year, than a year.
oh,
And our bodies are just beautiful, amazing, and
yeah. Amazing
amazing,
machines. Yeah.
amazing that you start getting used to the pain.
Hmm. So it seems that it reduces. It's not true.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes. I just realized that one morning I woke up and I had no pain, and it
Mm,
felt wonderful. So at that moment, I said, "Oh my God, I was used to the
yes.
pain."
Yeah. You don't remember.
And
We have a very short memory, our body as well. So we don't remember what it means to be pain free completely.
yes,
Yeah.
yes.
That is
Um,
a good thing in a way, especially in your case, because you were in pain for a
mhm,
year. Imagine having the same feeling of the first day for a year. That would have been far too much.
yes. And it was a moment to be thankful about what can our bodies do, because we just take everything for granted.
Yeah.
So
Until
we
we
are
don't have it.
not, yes. So we are not grateful for having the possibility to give a hug to someone,
Yes.
or to go to the gym and the next day have pain on your body because you work out
Yes, exactly.
and because you're alive.
Yeah.
So we have to be thankful for this wonderful body that we all have. We used to say or see what is missing, what we don't have.
Always. We have this scarcity mentality all the time. The abundance
Yes,
one, we leave it to
yes.
difficult moments, because when we have a
Mm-hmm.
disruptive moment, of course, we start seeing things differently. But there's no need to go through what you went through, of course.
Yes.
I mean,
No, it's not. There's no need.
no. We can start with that special gift. Thank you.
Yes. Yes. And we live in abundance already. It's just that we don't want to see it, or we don't take the time to see it, because we live in a rush, and we do many things in
Yeah.
life. And when we realize every day we do the same thing,
Yeah.
and
The hamster on
and
the
many
hamster
things,
wheel. Yeah.
yes, and many times what we do each day, it doesn't fulfill our lives.
Mm-hmm.
So it is important to take a time to stop, to be in contact with yourself, and start questioning, okay, what I'm doing today makes me happy. It fulfills my purpose in life. It is taking me to accomplish my goals. And if not, well, I have to make a change, but I have to make the right decisions.
I need you in my life. I mean, when you say it like this, I was already dreaming of Sandra on my side every day. But the thing is, we need a guidance. It's very difficult to start one morning, or maybe you even start and then you get lost. So that's why what you do, it's so valuable, because I remember there was something like, one of these challenges, be with yourself. The thing you were saying, we are never with ourselves. If
No.
we, I mean, even when we look at in the mirror, it's, I mean, even if it's 2 hours in the mirror, you still are not looking at yourself. The fact of taking the time, you say stop and take the time and be inside. We never do it. Not even,
No.
I mean, I'm a very, I think all the time, even when I'm in bed, so I have difficulty sleeping, but still it's not the same.
But we don't know how to be
Correct.
in contact with us.
Yeah.
Because no one told us.
Yeah. It's one of those things we say, why don't they teach it at school? We all need it.
I know.
Yeah.
I know. That's the basics of life.
Yeah,
I
exactly.
mean, so we are not like hamsters, you know, running, throwing in the same point.
Yeah.
So that's when mindset just became very meaningful. And mindset is where everything starts. But you have to take the time to go into your mind and see what is the dialogue you have. So you can see your limiting beliefs. Because limiting beliefs are part of our lives. And many of our behaviors and our decisions, we take it from those limiting beliefs.
Yeah, exactly.
And they exist for a reason. They exist because they protect us.
Yeah.
I mean, that's their job, you know? So they protect us, and we need to ask ourselves, does that belief is still giving me something?
Yeah, is it still
today?
Useful? Otherwise,
Yes, it's still useful.
Yeah.
Because it worked at a time. That's what it was created. But you have to question yourself every day. We have to question because we evolve, we change.
Exactly.
Our experiences changes. Our situation that we live in changes. So we have to question ourselves. We don't have to take everything granted in our belief systems. We have the power to decide if one belief is no longer helping me, and I decide which one will help me in my new path. And that's a decision I can make. But you can make it in the position of consciousness. If
but
not,
it seems like a straightforward path, and it is, no? I mean, written on a piece of paper, it is definitely. So the brain wants to protect you, creates the limiting belief, you see if it's still valid or not, and then you change it. Okay.
It sounds so
then
easy.
you need to work. Because that limiting belief is so strong that keeps coming and coming. So to change the pattern, it's super difficult. But once you did it, it's done. And especially, I think the first step is to see that is a limiting belief that is not useful anymore. That's the first step. But then there's a process. No, I mean, it's not that like, okay, limiting belief, let's change it. I have a limiting belief about money. From tomorrow, I change it. That would be amazing.
And you know why it is difficult? Because it became a habit.
Yeah. Ingrained, and it stayed there for long, normally.
And we do, we have behaviors that sustains that limiting beliefs.
Exactly.
And we do it every day. So that's where a coach like me
Exactly.
comes
Helps.
into
Yeah.
place and
Yeah.
makes you get out of your comfort zone and start
Making
seeing
changes.
other things. Yes,
Yeah.
it is possible, but it is important to have the guidance of someone.
Yeah.
Even
100%.
even me being a coach and a psychologist, I have my psychologist, I have my coach.
Yeah, definitely. We are people, we are humans.
We all need it.
And
We
in
all need
fact, I
it.
was thinking when you said that you didn't want a psychologist when you were in the hospital,
Mhm.
and it makes
Mhm.
sense because being a psychologist yourself, in reality, you had the tools, right?
Yeah.
And with time, you started using them. But at the beginning, you just wanted to shout the word out and just be. It's not
Yes,
easy for anyone.
because I needed something more spiritual,
Yeah.
more energetic, because I was tired. I was tired all the time. And going to therapy, it makes you more tired. I mean,
Yeah.
you don't used to get out of a psychologist therapy like very happy, you know.
No, because generally
No.
you take out things that are not
Yes.
easy to face. Yeah.
Yes, of course. And just not longer, just a while ago, like a couple of weeks, um, a patient of mine told me she has a psychologist and she is in my program. And she told me at the end of the session, she said, you know what? I get out of my psychologist therapy so wasted,
Yeah.
so
Totally
down,
worn out.
but I get out of yours like so lifted, so motivated.
Fulfilled.
And I
Yeah.
said, yes, because we're doing two different things.
Yes.
We're going to the same objective,
Hmm.
but with two different perspectives. That's the difference.
Yes, exactly. I'm very happy that you brought up this point because, of course, the coaching industry is quite new for us, while the
Mhm.
psychology, the therapist, the classical idea that we have is much older. But again, they are not the same thing. They,
Mhm.
of course, the aim is the well-being of the patient, but
Mhm.
the ways they work are completely different, and the things they touch are completely different, of course. And so, I mean, one thing doesn't exclude the other. This is what I want
Mhm.
to say. And also the
Mhm.
coach, and especially you have a quite holistic approach. So you are
Yes.
very practical, but you are very interested in supporting the spiritual side of things as well. So that makes it even more complete because you don't
Mhm.
tackle only the practicality of life, but it's more a support long term, let's say.
Mhm. Mhm. Yes. And thank you for bringing that up because the interdisciplinary approach
Mhm.
that I love to do in my programs is, for example, this week last week, I ended up a program. This woman had too many things going on, too many, and for many years.
Mhm.
Uh, disease, depression, anxiety, insulin resistance, hypertension, and I can keep naming, you know?
Mhm.
And when she came to me, I said her main goal was to lose weight.
Mhm.
And I told her, you know what? That's
The least
the
important
least.
on the
Yes, yes.
priorities.
Oh, yes. I told her we have to get into the anemic part.
Mhm.
And I think it comes from something is going on with your intestines, with your digestive system. So I brought into the table a functional doctor.
Mhm.
And 3 months later, I brought a nutritionist to get this woman all
On her
up.
feet again.
Yes. And everything at a specific time.
Mhm.
Okay. So we have to, her depression was coming from her intestines and her digestive system.
Mhm.
So she had intestinal permeability,
Mhm.
and that was the beginning of everything.
Yeah.
And we found out through this program,
Yeah.
you know.
So her problem wasn't being overweight.
No,
It was
no.
completely.
She has,
That
I
was
mean,
the
she has,
expression probably of
yes, the
um
symptom
yeah, yeah,
of something else
exactly. Yeah,
happening at
yeah,
a deeper level.
yeah.
Now she has lost 10 kilos, 20 pounds, and she's very happy, but not because
She
her
lost
weight
weight.
loss.
Yeah.
Yes,
That was a consequence.
yes. She was very used to feeling depressed, sad,
Yeah.
anxious. And now she's not feeling she's not longer feeling that way. And she just, I mean, she's like, Sandra, you know what? I'm very grateful because you put all the pieces together.
Yeah.
That's what I do. I mean,
But
I
again,
bring up.
this is another, you are showing, demonstrating that it's not possible for us to be it on our own. Because
No.
if I think that my problem is being overweight, I will do all the diets. I will get more depressed and anxious, of course, because I don't lose weight. But the problem is something else.
Yes, exactly.
It's
Exactly.
unbelievable because
She was
our mind
having,
and body are connected anyway. I mean, we cannot
yes,
do with one or the other.
we are one piece.
Exactly.
We are not like one thing that way and the other thing this way. No, she had a psychologist, she had a different nutrologist, she had an endocrinologist, she had I forgot the doctor of the brain, not
Neurologist.
neurologist, no.
No.
Oh God, psychiatrist.
Okay.
She had everything. She had everything, but everyone was seeing it just their
Their
tiny
little
little
piece.
part.
Yeah.
We had to
Yeah,
put
the
it all
advantage
together.
of interdisciplinarity is exactly that, that
Yes.
you have communication with the patient, but with the other
Yeah.
professionals. And that
Yes.
that doesn't have price. Actually, in every field, if you think, because nowadays it's very common to have the kids to study in this way. And they learn in a completely different way. They have a
Yes.
broader understanding, a deeper understanding. And so in every field, the interdisciplinarity is always an advantage. So in
Yes.
this case, I mean, your patient was very lucky, actually.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. She was in crisis when she came. Not anymore.
Yeah.
I'm so happy for her. And we all work together to sustain her. I mean, to be with her, you know? And I had to make a lot of changes in her habits because that's where everything just starts to bloom, you know?
Yeah.
And we have to move that.
Yeah, that's beautiful. Actually, I want to remind everyone that your contacts to reach out are everywhere. No, I mean, website, YouTube, in the post in bio, on the podcast, of course, and so my audience is international. So we are very lucky to have technology on our side. So if they want to contact you, they will find you easily. Before we wrap up this episode, I wanted to ask you if you have another word apart mindset that we discussed, or a quote that you believe in strongly.
Emotion. I have an emotion. Because emotions play a big role in our lives, and no one told us about.
Another thing that they don't teach us.
And that emotion is love. If everything you do comes in the place from love, everything will just move the way it has to be, not against.
It can't. It wouldn't be. It would be impossible. Yeah. By definition.
So,
I mean.
Yes. Exactly.
So everything coming from a place of love, it brings love. So
yes. That's it.
amazing.
As easy as
That's
that.
beautiful. That's nice. Oh, a lovely conversation, of course. Again, we have to speak a bit more often. So I'm very lucky I'm a friend of this beautiful lady. So I can have more sessions. So Sandra, really, it's been a honor, you know. We've been planning this for a long time, and we made it. And I'm sure all our listeners or those who are watching will take a lot from this conversation. So thanks a lot for being with us. And I leave you and love you, and speak to you soon.
Thank you. Thank you, everyone. Thank you, Mara. It was a pleasure, and the honor is mine. Absolutely. Thank you, and all the love for you.